Hey everybody, it's Kevin. Today's Friday, the 16th of April 2021. This is your daily message and meditation. I hope you're well. I hope you're rested. I hope you feel good. If you're catching this live, welcome, welcome. If you are getting it on the replay, thanks so much for tuning in. There is a button on the bottom of the screen that will pop up anytime soon. Push the subscribe and the like button and get all the latest announcements or all the latest information. Anyway, I got some great information for you today, so let's get right to it. Boom, boom. There we go. Three boys here today. I shouldn't say boys, they are lovely archangels. And the message is very clean and very clear. It is time to clean out the clutter, the internal gutter, the cupboards, all of the parts of your life that is no longer serving you, because we have to make way for what's new, what's coming, what's about to transpire in everybody's life. Playing the old tune is getting old and it wears down, but so does keeping things for prosperity, keeping things for a rainy day, keeping things for keeping things' sake. It's no longer time to keep things, no longer time to hold on to anything of the past. Let's see what's going on here. I don't know what's going on here with this silly microphone. There we go, that's better. All right, I hope you can hear me. I hope you did hear me. If the first part is dull, I'll just repeat it really quickly. You have two archangels here, and then the keeper of the light being Paul the Venetian. And what do they mean? First of all, Archangel Metatron comes to say, clear out all of the patterns from the past, all your past thoughts, all your past beliefs, all the things that you perhaps held on to. Get them out. Make way for a new vibrational energy that's coming and open your heart to it. Archangel Shangmuel basically says, get romantic. Put on some of those tunes that liven you up. Open up your spirit, lift your vibration to basically what's the joy that's in your heart, the love that's in your heart. Lift it up. There's a lot of heaviness, sadness, hurt, anger, all of that stuff. If it's affecting you, find a way not to ignore it, but to repurpose it. Repurpose your feelings, repurpose your ideals, repurpose whatever it is that has been regurgitating around you. That's not to say not to have compassion, not to have love, not to have an opinion, but it says don't hold on to stuff that's popping up from the past. We have to make room for what's coming, what's on its way, what's arriving. It is hard to do it when we live in a world that is seemingly so unkind, so nasty, so divided, so angry, so destructive. Clear out anything that you hold in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, in your whole body that is a cause for complaint or disruption or whatever any of that means. The card that represents the keepers of the light in this case is Paul the Venetian. You know, Paul the Venetian was a bit like a Renaissance man, very creative, sort of one of those folks who maybe like of Michelangelo. I forgot what it says in the book. I will read the description. It says, share your gifts with grace and waves of inspiration. So everybody, all of us have creativity within us. We all have the ability to be creative. That's what makes us our gift. We can learn all kinds of technical skills, but the actual creative intent, the creative root of just being creative, spontaneous, like every voice doesn't always have the capacity to sing great opera. Not every individual has the capacity to tickle the keys of a piano like, we'll say, Liberace did, or Elton John does, or any of those other amazing pianists. Um, Paul the Venetian talks about, here we go, here's the description: experiencing grace and sharing your gifts and waves of inspiration as a way to show love, and that all of these things are coming to you, but we have to express it. We have to be grateful for it. We have to say thank you for the ability to be creative and to get creative with whatever it is we're doing. Paul the Venetian is said to be ascended from Paolo Veronese, a famous Italian Renaissance artist. I don't know anything about that. It gives me pause to research it a bit more and hear the story, because I'm fascinated by how does the old Italian Renaissance play a part in today's world. I mean, all of those stories bring us to linking it with what's going on today. Apparently, he passed in 1588 and he was connected to Venice, Italy. He was there to help humanity by sharing lifelong wisdom. Um, he helps to hone our skills and share our talents of beauty. So really, what Paul the Venetian says is, speak from the creativity that comes from your heart and share it with the world. We have these gifts, these creative gifts, to be able to help everybody else heal and help everybody else move on, whether you're a painter, whether you are a songwriter, a poet, a reader, and that just means spiritual reader, tarot reader. Um, these are gifts. These are gifts that you bring with you, that come with you, and you have times in this lifetime that you get to open them up and share them, and share them with other people. So that's the message for today. All right, let's get on with what our reading is from Journey to the Heart. I'll go back to this camera. There we go. And we'll go straight to April 16th. Oh, excuse me, I slept well, but there's nothing like a good yawn to fill your body up. A little bit of good energy. You'll see the answer. That's the message for today. The answer you're looking for may well be right before your eyes. Have you asked the question? Have you put it out to God, the universe, yourself, and the world? What do you need to know now? What do you need to do next? Where and why are you stuck? The question can be, what am I not seeing? What's the answer? I need a clue. Often asking the question means the answer is trying to find you. Follow your heart, then open your eyes, you'll see it. The answer might be right in front of you. I'm new to the theory of the answer that you seek is always within, right? But yet I came up with a quote long years ago: go within and you won't go without, meaning uncover, take off the duvet that's keeping you from seeing all that's brilliant. I talked about artificial intelligence and higher intelligence, liftive intelligence. If the human being, physical form, and being, what we do with it, that's literally it. Human is a physical form, like a bear is not a human. It's a mammal, I think. Interesting. But when we're being human, it's difficult to go within and extract that higher intelligence. I shouldn't say difficult. It takes a shift in consciousness. So When does that shift in consciousness take place? Typically, it's involuntary. We don't know we're doing it. We're not aware of it. When you're in the throes of writing, if you're in the throes of reading, if you're in the throes of being completely creative, that flow is coming from within a place, a vibrational place within you, and is exuding out of you. There's no interruption in it. Humans want to put a label on things like automated writing. And the creative flow just with these readings is letting the information just flood out. The human conditioning and programming wants to filter what comes out. And that filter is based upon what has already occurred. It is a bit like putting a lens of the past in front of the flow to the future. It blocks it up, clogs it up, distorts what's true, authentic, and what's about to occur. So the message for today, if you want answers to burning questions in your own life, yes, you can seek the help of someone like myself, who is, I think, a facilitator of the truth, a facilitator of what the spirit world needs for you to know. Because the human knows what it wants to know. It's interesting that some folks want an answer to a question, and they'll keep going until they get the answer they want, which is not necessarily the answer that they need. The actual answer is within them, that the block, the filter, for example, we can say, I want to know if I'm going to survive, if I'm going to come into a lot of money, if I'm going to find a partner. I want to know if my soulmate is out there. So the desire for what they want is most definitely there. But we have to go even further. Instead of saying if, you should be saying when you get this, what will it feel like? When this occurs, what will it look like? When this happens, how will other people react to you? And then you begin to give it a 3-dimensional, maybe a 4-dimensional, perhaps even more 5-dimensional energetic shifting, which is what all these cards are talking about. The filtering happens when what we have wanted in the past did not come to fruition, did not manifest. So there's that other filter, the filter of what we know, what we're comfortable with, the ego, the human labeling that says, oh, I don't know about that, oh, I'm not sure about that. That voice in the head, that's the filter. When we're being automatic, when the filters are turned off on mute, they're not going. When the insecurity of what it looks like, the perception, what's the other word I want to look for? The assumption, when all that filtering is turned off, there's a flow that you wouldn't believe. So by taking Archangel Metatron's message today of cleaning it out, if you want to do closets and cupboards and drawers and sinks and all of this, then do that, if that helps you. But this is clearing out all the filtering, unattaching yourself from anything that you thought was going on, because it's not going on anymore. It stopped. It stopped the minute you realized it was over. And then looking at your heart, looking at the way you feel, the way you feel after you've cleaned all this out, that's that authentic, oh wow, I get a clean slate, I get a clean cupboard, I get a clean wall, I get a fresh linen closet, I get a fresh clothing closet. And then being creative with what comes in next, being open. The filter, there's no filter. So what it is you want, ponder it. It's a bit like standing and saying, I get all my wishes right now. I can get them. I can make them work. Because the construction of what has happened before is being disrupted. Human beings are finding a new way of getting what they need, or finding what they need, unearthing what they need, because what we need is already underneath. But we have to clear the clutter off, wipe down the habits, wipe down the old ways of thinking, find a new way, the new way of being, fresh way of being, unfiltered, unattached. Yes, there's always going to be controversy. There always has been controversy. Right now, we live in a time when we're dealing with this confusion. Why is this even happening? And then there's the blame and the guilt and the lack of forgiveness. We live in the Western world, very angry society, and rightfully so. There's a reason that we have to say, listen, we want an even playing field. Particularly, I've talked about this all week, those that have been marginalized, pushed, shoved. I mean, this month, here locally, 2 transgender women were killed. In order for these transgender women to make a living, they've had to go into the sex trade. There's a need for it. Not saying that that's what they chose, but because they chose to become transgender, that is their choice. They're allowed to choose it. In this world, we're allowed to do that. They put their whole life at risk to where they're no longer here. So these are things that say, where is that right? Then some might say, well, that's their own fault. Possibly. Just like anybody else, some have to fight harder. Then there's that filter that comes in. So stand up for what you want. Know that the answer that you're seeking is underneath. Find the loving, kind, caring, compassionate way to go for it. And know that kindness, caring, compassion is coming back to you in all sorts of lovely ways if you're loving about your approach. All right, I'm going to get onto the meditation. Here we go. All right, feet flat on the floor. Let's start by taking a breath in. Release out, let go, wash out, release. Anything that doesn't deserve to be here. Start with a fresh space. Bring your palms to face upward. Bring your mind and your consciousness to the soles of your feet and know that the Mother Earth supports you always, connects you to all that's physical, all that's here. And feel lightness filling you up. Scan your body. Pay attention to large major joints. Open your heart up. Four connected points of the universe is your feet, your seat, your heart, and your head. The throat chakra, the third eye center, the crown chakra, all governed by the third eye. The sixth chakra goes by the color of blue. Your heart chakra works. Your heart center, the third chakra, goes by the color of green and connects the solar plexus, sacral chakra, and the base, the grounding. Your feet are an extension of your base chakra. There's energy centers running all the way through your body, some more predominantly than others, depending on the activity that you're engaged with or in. We begin with the prayer of protection. Thank you, Archangel Michael, the Ascended Masters, for cutting the ties that connect and bind me to people, places, situations, stories, drama, and anything else that makes no sense or no longer serves my purpose. Thank you for cutting and detaching me from those binds right now. Use your power of creativity to see those connections separating, either by fire or imagine the strings being cut. And you make this declaration: I am safe. I am free. So it is, and so shall it be. You can picture the color of blue completely surrounding you, creating a protective membrane around your body. Bring your hands across your heart. This is your declaration, what you're about. Then you either affirm, repeat after me, or let the words land with you. I am the keeper of my mind and my body. Wherever love and light flow, fear and darkness are strangers. Love and light flows here. I am love. I am light. So be it, and so shall it be. Lift your face, let your whole facial muscles smile. Bring your mind to a feeling of gratitude. Place your emotional, physical, mind attention on the blessings that you're most grateful for. And let that loving light come down from way above the heavens, down in through the crown chakra, filling your heart space. Filling you from the floor up and expanding beyond it. You can make a declaration that deep within the center of your being is an infinite well of love, and allow this love to flow to the surface and spill out, radiate from you in every direction. As you radiate this love outward, this light outward, this golden feeling outward, see it coming back, multiplied. This feeling, this vibration, this membrane, this force field, this bubble, all the way around you. Is an endless supply that you get to share with everyone else. Be present to your breath flowing in and out. Be present to your physical body, connected to this vast universe. Thank you, angels, for reminding me that you're here. It's good to feel your energy, see you, be around you, and I'm grateful for your presence. Thank you for revealing what I need to know. I'm willing to listen and receive. Thank you for trusting me with your message. Good morning, dear ones. We were enjoying the sound of the birds singing, chirping, bringing their messages to all of you. And we've enjoyed watching you grow, be at peace within your heart, while there may not be peace outside in your physical world, but there will be. Trust me, it's coming. As this part of the world or the planet heals, in the healing process of anything, there has to be a cleansing. When there is a wounding, there has to be a healing. And in the healing process, toxins have to be removed. There is a fragility that occurs during the healing of any situation, and that fragility can sometimes come in the form of emotional bacteria, pussy stuff, that awful feeling. It could go either way. When there's a lot of toxins that have to be removed from an old wound, much of the debris has an opportunity to escape through the part that's healing. And eventually, little by little, piece by piece, day by day, minute by minute, moment by moment, breath by breath, as we say here, that healing begins to take shape. But using the analogy of a wound, know that there is irritation as the healing continues, and a hardening as the surfaces come together. What is left, my friends, if left alone with time and experience, and the toxins have been removed, and the irritation begins to subside and leave through the soothing actions of others, a great strengthening occurs. Yes, there are scars. The scars of cultural disruption come in the form of memory, lest us not forget. The emotional, mental scars of a group of people do not leave. It causes the people who are left to be more resilient, better equipped. They are the workers and the leaders that move cultures forward. Disruption has to occur for change to take place on many levels in your society. The planet has to heal. It is not just the planet Earth that is experiencing galactical shifting, it is every planet. This is not just one planet in the universe, there are many in the galaxy, all taking on their own forms of change. Every star in the sky, every planet in the galaxy has a purpose. Just as every human being who inhabits the earth has a purpose, a role, something they choose, something that's an agreement made when they come to walk this earth, to live in this existence. Those of you who are following the light, who show such gratitude, such love and compassion for your fellow humans, you are learning that what you need you already have had always. And if what you want is for your greater good, then it will be instantly provided. There is great power at work to bring you exactly what you want, providing it is for the highest good of everyone. So if your want is of a material nature, a house, a car, and you want a particular type of house or a particular type of car, providing there is a blessing that will bless you and anyone involved with this attainment, that it shall be given. So too are the gifts given that come with the intention of showing off. But to those who intend to posturalize and show off in such a way, there is a great forfeiture. And that great forfeiture is the feeling of security. For the person who seeks the fancy shall be given the fancy, but there is a cost for fancy. Fancy requires harder work. Fancy generates disdain, creates division among people. Not saying you don't deserve to have fancy, but help your fellow at the same time to see that they too are capable, creative enough to open themselves to the same gifts and blessings. As we keep reminding you, and you are seeing it, we are grateful for your learning lessons. That which you put forth, you will receive multiplied. providing it is for the highest good of all. So too, the lower vibrational energy which sadly is appearing, if the desire is to have conflict, that conflict is returned multiplied. If the language is not of love and compassion and understanding and joy and happiness, then what is being returned multiplied is what is being sent out. This is what the rules and the laws of karma is. Cause and effect. To each and every one of you who are listening to this, great lessons have been learned and learned well, and we are grateful. We love you. You are doing so incredibly well. Rising above, beyond and away from all that is not in alignment with your joy in your heart. Your angel guide, your guardian angel, all the lifted masters of the universe that have gone before, surround you and instantly keep you from harm. We ask at this time that you know this. Know this in the way that when fear comes from the mouth of others, it is coming from another and not from you. You have the choice to choose whether you believe or not. What you believe in, what you put your mind to, what you say you wish for, is the same thing. When someone shares their pain, their discovery of something not quite to their liking, offer true compassion. Let them know you see, that you understand. Don't make this about you and your story. You invite that in. But rather, see theirs. Don't let them know what you did, how you solved your problem, because this is not yours, it's theirs. You can meet the compassion and the love with the question, is there something I can do, say, or something that would make you possibly feel better about the situation? And that may be for me to listen as you let go of your feelings and be willing to listen. That is sometimes the greatest gift you can give anyone. Your thoughts being with those that are grieving. Your love and your desire for the blessings of healing. This is all I have to say. Thank you. I love you. Until next time. Bye-bye. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a few minutes to breathe. To feel that loving energy, the healing energy, the bright energy that's within you, flowing out of you. Then lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center together. Let's honor each other as we bow and say namaste. Oh. Wow, that was lovely. I'm beginning to realize that these spirits, angels, guides that come, that one particular, it's lovely. Feels very monastic, like a monk, like a sort of a Buddha teacher type person. And they don't need to identify themselves. I like that they just come and talk. I was going to say something about what that spirit said. Oh, about counting the blessings of the home, the blessings of the vehicle, the blessings of the money, the blessings of prosperity, and the idea that it just keeps coming back multiplied. Physically clearing out, like yesterday I was clearing out my shed, and I've spent most of my week outside in the garden, grounded, laying rock, planting grass, cleaning up, clearing up, moving debris. And it's feeling very cleansing. And it lands with me as I get closer towards the end of this clearing out, that something's about to shift and happen. There's an opening, a lifting. And so I guess wrapping all that up, two things. If what people are experiencing is hurt, emotional hurt, grieving, a loss, then it's water that needs to clean that out, clean it. Particularly if they are feeling like they're the victim of somebody else's ratchetness. Cleaning, take a bath. If it's that they're all over the place and can't make a decision one way or the other, and their mind is going in different directions, it's grounding. And the gift you can give somebody is present them with a plant and tell them to get in the dirt, dig a hole and put it in there. And then sit with that plant and let that plant's roots go out into the earth. And know that life is giving life to life and more life. These are gifts that you show other people when they're experiencing this awkwardness. You know, there's nothing wrong with somebody who's grieving, and there will be a lot of that. Whether it's grieving the loss of a life, whether it's grieving the loss of a job, whether it's grieving the loss of a house, grieving the loss of anything. The challenge is a person has to let go of the attachment to what they've lost because they weren't meant to have it, or they're no longer meant to be with that energy. So for those of us that are light workers, it's hard to say to somebody, listen, let me hold your hand as you let go of that. But it's the truth. because it's gone. And some people don't want to let go of the holding on to it. Now, I don't know that I would go to a mother who just lost a child and say, let me hold your hand while you let go of your child because they've gone. I would expect the other hand to come slapping me around the face, because that's kind of not showing compassion. You could remind the grieving parent that the job they gave to bring that person life into the world was the greatest sacrifice they made of their physical body, and to maybe introduce them to the idea that there's a soul inside everybody that lives on past the physical body. Sometimes grieving people want to still feel a connection, because let's face it, there is that connection still there. The umbilical cord between a mum and a child gets physically cut, but emotionally it never does. Right, my loves, listen, have a great day. Enjoy Friday. Prepare your weekend. Clear out, clean out, let go of stuff you no longer need to be attached to. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.